In Russia, the nuclear submarine Ulyanovsk of the Yasen-M project has been launched, while just a month ago, construction began on the Murmansk nuclear submarine of the same project. The submarine fleet development program is noticeably accelerating and is moving to an annual schedule. Why has Russia staked so much on undersea power, and what surprises does it have in store? We'll talk about this, other technological achievements, and the hero of the week after a brief summary of positive news. Another batch of BMP-3 infantry fighting vehicles with additional protection has been delivered to the troops. In St. Petersburg, the Fontanka 2.0 electric vessel has been launched. In Tyumen, the second phase of the International Roshchino Airport has been opened. In Dagestan, the second phase of the country's largest wind power plant has been put into operation. In Izhevsk, a metallurgical plant has been opened. In Kursk, there's the production of non-woven fabric. In Ivanovo region, there is the production of industrial steam equipment. In Tatarstan, there is a plant for processing hydrocarbon waste. In Udmurtia, there is a livestock complex. Russian school children won 6 medals at the 67th International Mathematical Olympiad in China. At the Sevmash plant, the multi-purpose nuclear submarine cruiser Ulyanovsk of the Yasen-M project was rolled out of the assembly hall. Now it will be completed afloat, undergo testing, and will join the Northern Fleet as early as next year. In July, the Murmansk Yasen-M nuclear cruise missile submarine was laid down at the same plant. And it is precisely the submarines of this 4th generation project that will replace all 3rd generation submarines in the coming decades. 4 are already in service with the fleet. The 5th, Perm, will be delivered by the end of the year. 2 are under construction, and now new ones will be laid down every year. At the same time, the construction of Borei-A strategic nuclear submarines continues, as well as special purpose submarines, Poseidon carriers, the modernization of existing nuclear submarines, and the construction of a non-nuclear submarine fleet. Today, only the United States. The United States and China can afford a similar scale. And this is quite remarkable, since a nuclear submarine remains the most complex mass-produced product in the world. How did Russia manage to pick up such a pace? This is the result not only of a strong Soviet school, but also of a strategic choice made in the 1990s. When after the collapse of the USSR, shipyards lost funding and many ended up abroad, a choice had to be made about what to sacrifice. Given the lack of funds, basically, this choice came down to preserving either the submarine fleet or the large tonnage surface fleet, because it was objectively impossible to maintain both. Russia chose the submarine fleet. Despite the importance and prestige of large blue water ships, it is nuclear submarines that are an integral part of our nuclear triad. It is they who deter the enemy from the most aggressive actions and guarantee a retaliatory strike in the worst-case scenario. That's why we stopped building large surface ships, but not only did we not stop producing submarines, we also significantly improved them. This choice has both military and engineering significance. Life has proven that complex competencies can be completely lost in just a couple of decades. Right now, Russia is struggling to restore the skills needed for mass production of new grenades, civilian airplanes, and satellites. But in the case of nuclear submarines, a long break would have led to a catastrophe. This is what the United Kingdom is experiencing right now, as it has completely forgotten how to build new nuclear submarines and is struggling to restart the process. A similar situation exists in the United States. After the end of the Cold War, they reduced their production program and lost skills and suppliers. So today the construction of submarines is far behind schedule and significantly over budget. Russia, having gone through its own difficulties, managed to preserve its engineering and manufacturing expertise and achieve a good pace of construction, which is worthy of great respect and pride. But that's not all.
это.
Last week, Russian President Vladimir Putin stated that the unmanned underwater vehicle Poseidon is in the final stages of preparation and will soon be put on combat duty. The new weapon was officially announced for the first time in 2018 and was presented as an oceanic multi-purpose system, including nuclear submarines equipped with the nuclear-powered self-propelled underwater vehicle, Poseidon. Since then, it has been built. The special-purpose nuclear submarine Belgorod, carrier of Poseidons, has been built and commissioned into the fleet. And, judging by the publicly available data, since 2022, it has been actively used for practicing the corresponding maneuvers. At the moment, the first regular Poseidon carrier is being built, the special-purpose nuclear submarine Khabarovsk, Project 09851. And it is possible that the nuclear submarine Orenburg is also intended for the same purposes. Thanks to its compact nuclear reactor, Poseidon effectively gets unlimited range, and in the final stage of its movement, its underwater speed can approach 150 kilometers per hour. Western experts suggest that its warhead has a yield of up to 2 megatons, which makes it possible to generate a powerful tsunami to destroy the enemy's coastal infrastructure. Poseidon, like other latest Russian weapon systems, was initially regarded by some observers as a propaganda tool. Its claimed capabilities seemed just too incredible. However, since then, hypersonic missiles Zircon and Kinjal have already become a common tool of war. The Oreshnik system has proven its existence twice. The Burevestnik cruise missiles with nuclear engines were demonstrated during real tests, as were some other supposedly impossible devices. That's why, in recent years, there have been almost no serious exposés of the Poseidon undersea system, which apparently will soon enter combat service. We will keep an eye on how events develop. Next, other technology news, an announcement, and the story of a hero. The United Engine Corporation has produced the fourth production high-power GTD 110M turbine. These are the very turbines that were used for power generation and that replaced the Siemens counterparts, which left the Russian market. The product is so complex that only a few countries in the world are capable of producing it. The Russian turbine not only replaced the foreign one, but also became better than it while having a lower weight. The GTD 110M demonstrates high fuel efficiency, but that's not the limit, as our engineers continue to improve its parameters, achieving lower exhaust gas emissions and extending service life. But the most important thing is that this is already mass production, not prototypes. Turbines go straight from the assembly line to power plants. Meanwhile, Rosatom has commissioned the second phase of the country's largest wind power plant in Dagestan. Now its installed capacity has reached 300 megawatts. The south of Russia suffers from a chronic energy shortage, but at the same time, it is favorable for the placement of renewable energy facilities. The Novolakskaya wind power plant was built very quickly, in less than 2 years, and this became possible, among other things, thanks to low dependence on imports. All the blades are produced by Rosatom's composite division. The hubs, nacelles, generators, and cooling systems are manufactured in Volgodonsk at the Atom Mash plant. This allows for fast construction and eliminates concerns about sanctions. Renewable energy will never replace traditional energy, but it is an important supplement to it. For example, right now in another energy-deficient region, in Primary, Rosatom is starting work on building a nuclear power plant, but at the same time, several wind farms with a total capacity of 400 MW are also being constructed. We wish you success in strengthening the country's energy security. Next is a preview and a hero story. Donald Trump canceled his own promise to give Ukraine a license to produce missiles for the Patriot systems. Benjamin Netanyahu also refused to provide Ukraine with Iron Dome missile defense systems. The reason for both decisions is a lack of trust and concerns that the missiles and technology could end up in the hands of bad actors. In general, trust is in short supply in the world right now. European countries have stopped trusting not only the US, but also each other. The sudden migration crisis in Spain has shaken the European house of cards. And on top of that, the energy sector has failed. The heat is shutting down nuclear and hydroelectric power plants. Gas storage facilities can't be filled in time for winter. 500,000 people are being evacuated from disaster zones. It's as if this is a real war. The events of this week have spun into such a whirlwind that it's appropriate to talk about the beginning of a perfect storm. Who has the highest chances of surviving it? And for whom might it even be beneficial? And who will be forced to make concessions by winter? I'm breaking it down in a special edition of my personal analysis at sponsor.ru chalked super. In the Orenburg region, a traffic police crew noticed during patrol that the driver of a Lada Granta lost control, drove into a lake, and began to sink quickly. The patrol immediately stopped, and the senior traffic police inspector, Police Lieutenant Sergei Alexeyev, without hesitation took off his uniform and jumped into the water. Fortunately, the car window was open, and he was able to get inside where the water was already up to his waist. The lieutenant pulled the driver out and swam with him to the shore while his partner called an ambulance. But although the victim was in a state of shock thanks to the quick actions of Sergei Alexeyev, he did not need medical assistance. Thank you for your heroic deed, and we wish you success.
That means it's your turn. It's Russia's time. Time for achievements. Time to move forward. It's time! Our time! We've been waiting for it for a long time. This is our time. It's come! Take action! Push forward! It's come! It's come! You have overcome your fear and doubts. Yeah.